Alright, so we have to talk about the death of another content creation platform. I swear, if it's not early access games, it's streaming platforms. If you don't know, there was a streaming platform for VTubers, specifically called Vstream. And, well, unfortunately, they just recently announced that on April 1st they will be shutting down because they ran out of money. When this was first brought up to me, I immediately knew that it wasn't going to work out for them. Not because it wasn't a good idea, but because even though VTubers have undergone like an extreme explosion in popularity, there's a big VTuber boom going on right now, it's still very much a niche thing. That means that there's a lot of room for new people to discover VTubers and their favorite types of VTubers. There's a lot of room to see what VTubers can do as far as entertainment and media. When you have a platform, you need it to be a very, very large pool of people with a wide variety of interests. And because this platform was supposed to be specifically for VTubers only, that means that you're already kind of alienating potential, not only potential streamers, but also potential viewers, because nobody's going to come to a VTuber only platform unless they already know that they like VTubers. So everybody who likes a VTuber probably already knows what type they want to watch and can watch them on another platform. That in and of itself is kind of doomed Vstream to die just on the idea alone. Now, of course, everybody wants to be the Twitch killer. That's pretty much the entire reason Kick exists. The difference between this and Kick, however, is that Kick had a lot of startup money. They already had investors, they already had a long-term plan. Kick was paying people to stream on their platform, so you had a lot of big name streamers that were at least trying Kick out. I only know one person who ever streamed to Vstream, and it's the same person who told me of its existence back when it was first getting started. I've never heard it being mentioned by any other popular streamer, popular VTuber, indie or corpo. Nothing like that. So it was already, you take a platform that's doomed to die on its idea alone and then give it absolutely zero push from anyone who matters in like the inner sphere that you're trying to tap into, and you just end up with an overall flop. But I'll go ahead and read the situation. This is not the post I ever wanted to write, but as you just read, the TLDR, after 2 years, Vstream will be shutting down April 1st, 2024. At that time, we'll be shutting down all of the video and web servers, and the site will no longer be accessible. Unfortunately, we have run too low on cash and have failed to secure funds after attempting to fundraise these past 3 months. It's sadly time for us to wave the white flag. Now, I don't know if people know this, but it is becoming a very large talking point. But running a streaming service / streaming platform is outrageously expensive. That's one of the reasons why Twitch has to redo all of their payment and monetization things, is because they're not profitable and haven't been for a very long time. And I imagine Kick is in a very similar situation. Running a streaming website, a streaming platform, is constant data coming in and going out to a very wide number of people all across the world, assuming you don't limit their access. I'm gonna skip a little bit. Is there anything to change the outcome? Can I try and send money to keep Vstream alive? No. Sorry, but unfortunately there's nothing anyone can do at this point. While it's nice of you to want to pay to keep Vstream alive, the CDN fees plus server hosting alone costs $50,000 plus a month. $50,000 a month. That's one of the big reasons why these platforms fail, honestly, is because the difference between one that's going to work and one that isn't is the ones that start with funding, that have their money sorted out before they even get going and go live and allow people to use it, those are the ones that work. The ones that don't usually aren't alive long enough to find that type of funding, that type of investment from anyone, and that's why they die. Now, there's a possibility that this could have worked if they charged people or something to use the site, or charged per VOD, but really what they needed to do was they needed to have somebody big have their back from the start. Like I keep saying, there are a number of streaming platforms that are much smaller in scale that are able to stay afloat. I'm using one myself, but I'm going to keep secret because the only reason it's able to survive is because it's not very big, and more users coming to it would be a big problem for everyone. But that's really it, you know? A lot of the content that you'll find on Vstream isn't really all that different than what you'd find on Twitch, YouTube, or Kick. There's nothing here that's particularly stand-out-ish at all. Its terms and conditions are pretty much the exact same as all of the other already established platforms, unless you're going to something like NSFW in nature. And it's just, I honestly, it's one of these situations where I have to ask, who exactly was this platform for? Like, I get that they wanted to make a place that VTubers could stream to, but they didn't have anything that set them apart. They didn't have anything, you know, you can do this here but not there. It really does feel like all they did was gather up all of the small VTubers into like a little pen and close it off away from everyone else. It seems very counterintuitive to want to pursue streaming on a platform like this, because the only other people that you could possibly appeal to are other VTubers. And as I've said before, it's really difficult to want to stream yourself as well as watch and support other streamers. Even if you actually want to do that, like, you can't have your own career in streaming and follow other people. It's why having too many friends that do the same thing as you is very detrimental, because they're gonna want you to support them. But doing your own thing and helping them with their thing, it's too much. It's just too much. There's too much overlap. And Vstream to me screams of the most overlap. I feel like when you have a platform, you need to be able to answer a couple of questions about it. First of which being, what are your expectations for it? Like, what type of people do you see creating content on it, and what type of people do you expect to watch on this platform? How do you want them to find out about it? Are you advertising via Twitter? Are you looking for that sort of thing? Or do you want the content creators to bring in their individual communities and then hope that they mingle in together? Are you trying to rally people under something like art, expression, comedy, video games, technology, that sort of thing? A lot of platforms were able to do it without all of that, just kind of naturally over time. But now, with so many people trying to compete and mega corporations owning all of the top dogs, it's something that you have to know beforehand, because it's going to help determine whether or not you're successful and how successful you are. With Vstream, I feel like they just said VTubers. smacked their hands on the table and said, all right, everybody, good job, let's go get lunch. No, that's not how that's going to work. Because every platform these days is going to have VTuber on it. What else you got? VTubers in video games? VTubers in what? Also, again, having not heard about the platform from any even mid-sized VTubers, it's a big oof, a big ouch. I follow a lot of different people. Japanese, Korean, obviously English VTubers, and I mean, you couldn't get anyone to say, hey everybody, come check out our streaming platform. Good luck. Not a good look at all. But anyway, let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in another video.